The country's fortunes are in ruins, the people are ridiculous. Empress Xiao Tansi of Liao Daozong Yelu Hongji. Yelu Hongji was a confused emperor who was repeatedly used by the traitor Yelu Yixin to kill his empress and son, and it is not wrong to say that he was a dim emperor. After Yelu Yixin killed his empress, Xiao, he said he could not do without an empress. Then he strongly praised Xiao Tansi, the sister of his lackey, Xiao, for her beauty and virtue. He praised the beauty and virtue of Xiao Tansi, the sister of his lackey Xiao, so much that Daozong was delighted with her and made her his queen in 1076 AD. Soon after, Yelu Yixin killed the crown prince Yelu Jun, and Daozong was left without a son. Xiao Tansi had been in the palace for over 2 years but was still not pregnant. When Daozong became very anxious, Xiao Tansi told him that her younger sister, Xiao Duchess, would give birth to a child. At that time, Xiao Tansi was married to Xiao, the son of Yixin. So Hongji ordered them to divorce and brought Xiao Tansi into the palace. A few years later, the Xiao Tansi sisters still had no children, so Hongji had to give up and took his eldest grandson, Yelu Yangshi, who had been fostered in the household of minister Xiao Huizhong, back to the palace and named him king of Liao, making him the crown prince. Xiao Tansi, reduced to the consort, moved back to her mother's home in Shangling, good 2 lives. Their mother, Mrs. Yan Steichigu, hates them, so the witchcraft and anorexia curse Yangshi, and the incident is killed. Xiao Tansi was relegated to the commoner status and imprisoned in Yizhou present-day Yixia, Yao Ening. When Yelu Yangshi took the throne in 1116, he called Xiao Tansi back to the palace and named her the Imperial Consort. At this time, the Liao dynasty was already defeated by Jin and was about to be destroyed. 2 years later, Xiao Tansi fled to Haidingsheng Mountain, where she died and was buried in Prince Mountain. A heroine among women Empress Xiao Tabi of Western Liao Daozong Yelu Dashi. Yelu Dashi was the 8th generation grandson of Liao Emperor Yelu Abaiji. He was a successful scholar and an official of Hanlin and was customarily called Dashi linear because of the Chidan name for Hanlin, which means forest tooth. Tabuyan and Dashi could be considered a couple with the same hardships and difficulties. Later, Dashi left the imperial court and became the assassin of the states Tai and Shan, and the ambassador of Liao Xingjun present-day Lulong, Hebei. When Yelu Chun founded northern Liao, the Liao Xingjun was under his jurisdiction, and Dashi became an official of northern Liao. After the fall of northern Liao, Dashi accompanied his Empress Xiao Puxian to Emperor Jianzhou. Emperor Jianzhou killed Puxian and pardoned Dashi, but he did not trust him. Not only did he not take his advice, but he also sent people to spy on him. In the summer of 1124 AD, Dashi fled to find another way out. Later, Dashi's party gained the support of 18 tribes in Jinju in the northern part of the country. Dashi became king and named his wife, Xiaotabai, his first wife. After that, Dashi continued his journey westward and reached the territory of the former Kara Khanate after many difficulties and dangers. In 1131 AD, Dashi ascended to the throne of the emperor under the embrace of civil and military officials, called Zhehan, meaning the Khan of the Khan, and on the Chinese title of Emperor of Heavenly Blessing, changing the Yuan Yanqing. The registration of Tabi Yan as the queen, the title of Xiao, meaning the Emperor of the Khan, and the title of Emperor of Heavenly Blessing, meaning the Emperor of the Khan. Xiao, settlement of Barashigan, now Xinjiang Ili River West, later renamed Husi Gudal, jurisdiction of Xinjiang and the Soviet Union in Central Asia. The formal establishment of the Western Liao dynasty with the Southern Song dynasty, Jin, Zai Xi, and other regimes. In 1143 AD, Dashi died of illness because his son Yelu Yiren was young. Sent Tabiyan right to manage the affairs of the state, Tabiyan changed the title of honor to Empress of Sentinel, the south side of the system, and the following year changed the name to Xianqing. Tabuyan was a bold and indomitable character, and like Khitan women, she was good at riding and shooting. At the beginning of 1144 CE, when the Jin dynasty learned of Dashi's death, they sent Wayadai Fumuyi Hanu to spy on the realities of Western Liao. Soon after entering Western Liao territory, he met Tabuyan, who was hunting in the wilderness in full armor. Although more than 20 years had passed, the brutal behavior of the Jin soldiers in the Liao dynasty's homeland was unforgettable to Tabuyan. And when he saw this uninvited guest in female attire, his buried hatred suddenly arose. He sternly asked, "Who are you? And you dare not dismount?"
Sticky cut. Hanu condescendingly said, "I am the state minister. By order of the emperor to beckon you, you should dismount and listen to the imperial edict."
Tabuyan said, "You have come here on a single horse.
Do you want to waste your breath?"
He ordered the men to come forward, pulled Sticky Cut Hanu off his horse, and forced him to kneel. He forced him to kneel, but Mush Hanu still tried to be a bully, struggling and cursing. Tabuyan was furious and shot him with his bow. Tabuyan died in 1150 AD
and claimed the system for 8 years.